Welcome, Buck Don't Know Shit. It's another beautiful day in Texas, in the garage, working on the Thunderbird. Today, we got shocks in. There we go. We got shocks, both sides. So basically, the front suspension is done. Steering, linkage, everything's together. Now we can start working on getting the rotors, wheel hubs, brakes, all that assembled. That's what we're going to do today. I mentioned in the previous video probably that I cannot find the new studs I bought. Went to the same place to get more of them and they said there's no such thing. But even though I bought them from there before and lost them, and I'm still guarantee you as soon as I put these in the car, the new ones will show up. I will find them after I've already used these. So I got to do some cleaning on those, just light wire wheel on them, and make sure nuts go on them, no problem. Yeah, just put bearings in, grease bearings. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get started putting this together. Kind of excited. This is kind of new to me. I mean, I know how it all goes together. I've changed rotors and stuff before on different cars, but it's yeah, not something I do every day for sure. So let me get started on all that. I gotta make a parts list. Gonna have to go to town. Need to buy some bearing grease. I thought I had some. Well, this is a wheel bearing grease, and y'all tell me your thoughts. This is a multi-purpose wheel bearing and chassis grease, but it's not red. You know, I've seen a lot of guys use the red grease. I don't know. Does it matter? Does it matter? It's a good question. I definitely don't have enough experience with greases and bearings to know what is best. So maybe y'all can comment on that. Tell me what y'all like to use. I guess I'm just going to use that because that's what I have, and it says it is for bearings. So wheel bearing. So yeah, we're going to use it. That's all I got, and it is premium performance, premium from Napa, and multi-purpose, and extreme pressure. It's like does everything. Wheel bearing and chassis grease, and there is an assurance of quality grease right here. So that's what we're using. It's been decided, and I am the decider here. Got everything laid out. I did actually have everything. I ordered these things a long time ago. Didn't lose them, but I got my bearings, bearing races, and my seal for each set. And I think before I press studs in through the rotors, it'll be easier to maneuver these on the press without the rotors attached. So gonna get started on that. Bring you over to the press and let you watch my favorite thing, video and press footage. Footage on the press.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay, good thing about these, this is all fairly straightforward. Do gotta raise my stand up here. That's pretty much it. It's down in there. And then we'll set our bearing in. And the seal on this side, I'll have to pack the bearing first because we won't be able to get to it after that. See, there's one race in. Put the smaller race in. It will. What I was afraid of. sucker will. You can sit these tapered side down first and it'll help center them. Should have done that on the other one actually, probably. Hopefully my little pusher didn't get pressed in as well. I think it's slightly smaller diameter. Alright, I might have to tap it out from the back side. Yeah, a few light taps, I got it out. I just wanted to show you what it looked like inside there. And then this one doesn't have a seal going on the outside. This is where your dust cap and all that stuff goes on over this. So the bearing, we'll pack it, but that'll be one of the last things we do, putting this, or almost the last thing we do as we're assembling this wheel hub assembly. All right, trying it again. Turn the bearing the other way and this thing where I think it will not squeeze out the top of it this time. But we will see. Coming out the bottom instead. But it is kind of does look like it went through the bearing some. It did go through the bearing some. So you can see right there. It did get inside the not zerts, but the bearing wheels, rollers. So I would say that is the better method. So yeah, just when you're using these, you want to make sure this top disc can seal off the outer edge. The way I had it the other way, it was coming out over the top, not going down through the bearing. So yeah, that's a much better method. I'm still going to roll it and make sure it's packed in there good. All right, last piece that we can do right now anyway. All right, the wheel hub ready to go. And for those wondering that haven't, I know this is unusual, like my modern vehicle's different. The rotors just slide off the studs, usually mounted on top of this. The studs actually go through the back of the rotor and through the wheel hub. And yeah, I don't know why, but that's how these are designed. Probably because this was an early iteration of disc brakes, like the first on the Thunderbird that came factory, and probably weren't thinking about simplicity, I would assume is why. Maybe they were trying to use some of the same spindles and things that they already had, possibly. I don't know. But anyway, that's what happens. Studs go through both, kind of lock them in place, and then your wheel goes on top, lugs, everything's buttoned up. So yeah, that's what I got to do. Just for those that were maybe watching this and being like, your rotor's on the wrong side. No, it's not. This is the way it goes. Trust me. All right, pressing in studs. And one thing I will say about pressing things, especially odd shaped things, is you have to get creative sometimes. All right, one wheel assembled. Got to grease my bearing, put my dust shield on, and we'll be assembling this thing here shortly. We'll get the other wheel done first. I'm still working on the wheels, but wanted to get these calipers ready, and realized I got pads, and usually when you order modern cars pads, buy a box and they come with all the clips and everything that are necessary. Well, my calipers or my pads did not come with. Apparently this little is kind of like a retention thingy, my body. Got to get it off. It looks like hammered dog shit, but it is functional, I guess. So I'll change it out eventually. I'll try to find these and or I will find them, put some new ones in, try to get these off. I'm gonna put some light new paint on them. I'll see if I can grind them a little bit, wire wheel them or something. Blast cabinet is what I need. God, I wish I had a blast cabinet one day. So yeah, then I'll get these together and I'll just show you. I got one side other than the caliper. Look at that. Look at that. Looks like a brand new car. Well, I had to run down to Brakes R Us to get these retaining clips. Man, they had them right on the shelf, look brand new. I mean, the paint almost looks wet. They're so new. So thank you to Brakes R Us here in Orange. Incredible store. Walked in, had a 1965 Thunderbird brake section, and you know, sitting on the shelf, last two. So anyway, we got these ready to go. They got like a textured look to them, which I kind of like. It's kind of a vintage look.
One eternity later.
It's another beautiful day in Texas. It really is nice. A little overcast, windy. I'm going to try to fish today, but which we probably will still go, but it's pretty windy. But we'll make it. Won't catch any fish, most likely. That's pretty much par for the course, but we'll go anyway. We just like to be out on the water. So today, gonna finish the last wheel assembly, caliper brake. I got the driver's side done. I will film putting this side together, just for shits and giggles, I guess. More content. We're gonna knock that out. That shouldn't take long. It's you know, a few bolts, not hard. All right, first thing first, put this dust shield, guard, whatever it is on. That on. Now we just slide our rotor wheel hub on. And I did go ahead and clean this rotor with brake parts cleaner. Now they have some kind of coating on them. Oh. Actually, dirty. I already have my bearing's probably gonna pop out of here when I stick it in there. Yep. I did grease it already. My greasing tool. Alright. There we go. Seal was hanging it up. Go. Okay, now prima donna is done. Clean my hands and put some gloves on. Got my little spindle lock nut kit, which this is after I ordered this set. I found the set that I ordered several months ago. An ongoing theme with me is thinking I ordered something and thinking I lost it, and ordering it again and then finding the old one after I get the new one. Anyway, I got another kit. This is torque. I got a torque wrench set at 25 foot-pounds. What this is supposed to be set at. Check, make sure everything turns. This torque wrench is a 1/2 inch. Very big. And I thought I might run into this problem. Too big for this job. I can do it down here, I guess. Alright, I decided to go with it. Torque wrench that I've used before, that I know what it does when it is set. Yeah, see, I think I had it over 25 pounds there. But yeah, that's what 25 pounds isn't a lot. There it is, there. And the 25 is the high side, so 17 to 25 foot-pounds. So, you know, and then you're supposed to check, make sure everything turns, and it does. Looks good. So now we'll lock this baby in place. Put our little keeper nut on here. There's my hole. And let me get my needle nose and bend those over. Just want to make sure they either roll out of the way, don't interfere with anything. Dust cap mainly. Go. There we go. Little dust cap. And like with most things, it is a press fit, not a hard press, but you want to get it centered. And just tap on it. And it's in there. There we go. That's better. All right. That wheel is ready. Get my brake caliper ready. Got my nuts, lock washers, bolts and lock washers. I am having to reuse old bolts. I do have new lock washers, but yeah, I got the wrong links. I assumed they were going to be actually. Get it in between the dust shield and the spindle, and we gotta remember the longer bolt goes on the bottom, shorter bolt goes on the top. Which, why they couldn't design it the same bolts, I don't know. You know, this was a first iteration design here, so we'll cut them some slack, right? Go, got the bottom one going in. they do match up. The round parts match up pretty well with the spindle, so you know, you have one going in, and you can kind of line it up off the spindle, and it's going to be pretty dang close. This is a 13/16 socket. I'll get them on with this first, and then I will torque them to spec, which is 75 to 100 foot-pounds. We'll go ahead and get the pads in. These calipers, which is something I think is really cool, definitely not like this on any of my modern vehicles. Is you can slip these in with the caliper on, which I personally think is badass. Now, I don't know how easy it'd be to get them out, but theoretically you can just take this dust shield off, which I think that's what this is actually called. And I am going to go find a new one. I know these are old and rusty, and the little, you know, it's got these little spring retention clips, missing a couple of them. So I do need to get new ones of those, but they will suffice, and I'm pretty sure they'll be fine if I never did replace them. But there is some drag, but assuming once we get blade and wheels and turning, that everything will be okay. Can't really, other than turning the rotors down, I don't know. This is the kit, how it came, but they are even on both sides. Yep, here's what it is there. This, it's got a specific side, you know, it says inlet side, which this is the inlet. And so it goes like this. And it literally just retains. Also, I used old nuts for this. Got to torque the bolts. I'm going to put them into 80. I guess I'll go 75 to 100, and I'll put 80. This will work fine. Go. Foot-pounds on them. There we are. Ta-da! Got a brake pedal. Look at that. Awesome. Got a gas almost pedal also. Never took that apart. Just the pedal itself. Getting the footprint pedal, like no doubt.